everybody, and welcome to the first workout of the BeACTive series. Today's workout is a full body functional workout to help you strengthen your body, increase your heart rate, burn calories, and get energized. Functional exercises are movements that target the muscles that help you lift, carry, and move your body in everyday activities. Many of these movements are multi-joint and naturally engage your core and posture, so you're gonna feel that every muscle in your body will be used for our workout today. All right, we are going to get started. So our workout today will be made up of 4 exercises that you will complete for 30 seconds, followed by 10 seconds of rest to transition to the next movement. After we complete these 4 exercises, we will repeat for 3 more rounds. If you're joining us today for the action category, I want you to go ahead and grab a chair and follow an idea. If you're here today for the challenge category, you actually just need a yoga mat, a chair if you want to, and follow me. For the train category, you're gonna follow Megan. All right, we are actually going to utilize the first round of our workout as our warm-up. So I really encourage you to think about going a little bit slower, working on that range of motion as you get started today. All right, are we ready?
Yes, I think so.
All right, here we go. All right, so we are gonna start with a marching exercise, and then we're gonna move into our next exercises. And here we go. All right, 30 seconds of march. Megan's also showing this kind of in a single leg version. So what's great about this march is she's showing that knee coming up and that little bit of lunge coming back. Nadia is showing this in a seated version, which is no less intense, and I'm showing this of the standing. All right, everybody, we are still working. Now we've actually started our official timer. We got good and warmed up, so here we go. We got 20 more seconds. I want you to pick up your range of motion a little bit. That means you slow down and pick up that knee. Add a little bit of bigger arms, you can. Good work, everybody. We've got 10 seconds before we take a little bit of a rest and transition. Nice work. All right, and rest. Remember, our next exercise is our inchworm. So this is an exercise that we're gonna be moving out to the floor. So you're gonna be starting with nice wide legs. And begin, I'm bringing my arms down to the floor. And I'm walking out, I'm doing what I call a mini inchworm. I'm only coming out halfway. Megan is showing a full range of motion. An idea is showing this that you always have that chair behind you for support. What's important about this exercise is you wanna try to shift your body weight forward into your arms and then make sure that you're using those strong muscles of the legs to get you back out. Nice job, everybody. We just have 5 seconds left. If you can get in just one more, that's fantastic. Rest if you need to. This one is definitely harder than it looks. Good, and rest. All right, next exercise we're gonna do is a squat. Nadia again is showing this from the chair. I'm showing it into a regular position and begin. And Megan is actually adding this nice step, showing that you can increase your range of motion. How's that feel? Nice job. Nadia, how you feeling from the chair?
I'm doing great.
Feeling those legs yet?
Yes.
Perfect. Beautiful. So 10 seconds, and then we're moving into that last exercise of the circuit, which is going to engage our core. And again, that upper body that we worked on with that inchworm. Just a few more seconds. Let's see if we can get another rep in and rest. All right, this last exercise is gonna be a plank, which is a full body exercise showing a lot of different modifications using that chair or the floor if you want to, and begin. So the most important thing about a plank is you wanna really work on engaging your core by shifting your shoulders right above your arms, squeezing your belly button, but also tighten your thighs. Nadia is showing this in a single leg version, lessening the amount of work on her abdomen or core muscles, but still making those muscles work. And as you can see, Megan's also demonstrating this as a floor option. All right, everybody, we are almost there. Good, and rest. All right, we are moving into the next round of that circuit. So let's work on increasing that range of motion slightly in round 2. Ready? And begin. So going to the march, this time, I'm actually taking to a straight leg march, engaging those hip flexors a little bit different. Megan behind me is showing that we're switching sides, making sure that she's using the other side of her body in a dominant way. How you doing back there, Megan?
Good.
Good. Nadia, that chair march is challenging, isn't it?
Yes.
Always harder than it looks. I might have the easy one. Almost there, everybody. Beautiful. Let's move to that inchworm next. So make sure that you're keeping those legs wide, really engaging that core, and working through that full range of motion, and begin. So now that we're in round 2, see if you can actually shift that core and range of motion a little bit more intense by walking out a little bit further or holding yourself into that more challenging position just a tiny bit longer. Every time you get out of an inchworm, you wanna make sure that you stand all the way up, allowing those muscles to relax for just a moment. Nice work, everybody. We just got 3 more seconds, so maybe we should all just rest. Isn't that nice? All right, and next we're gonna be moving into that squat and that step squat, okay? And begin. So as you squat, it's really important that you think about the weight in your heels. You don't have to go all the way down. We wanna be able to load those heels, push those knees out so we can make sure that our pelvis and our hips can come through. You can put your arms out, cross your body, whatever feels good for you. How does that feel, Megan? Nice job. Good work, everybody. 5 seconds, we are almost there. Beautiful, and rest. All right, we're back to that plank exercise. These rounds are going fast. So I'm gonna show a slightly different option, this time coming down to my elbows, and begin. It's really up to you which one you wanna do. If you wanna go a little lower, it's a little bit more intense on the core, but maybe more challenging on your lower back. Perfect. Nadia, how you feeling back there?
I'm feeling good.
Perfect. Make sure you're still squeezing those legs, pulling that belly button up to the spine. You can always relax if you need to, and rest. Join us in when you can. And we are resting. All right, everybody, good news. We are halfway through. We are back on that march, that knee to toe. Feeling good, Megan? Yes. Excellent. All right, and begin. So this time I'm gonna go ahead and go back to that knee. I'm gonna try to lift it up a little higher. Notice I'm adding, excuse me, just a little bit of torso rotation. Kind of engaging that core just a little bit different. So many movements in life are not straightforward, so having the ability to move your torso side to side is really important for your low back and spine. All right, everybody, almost there, and rest. All right, back to that inchworm. We did so great last time. Let's keep up that intensity. Really working on that range of motion. Ready? And begin. So if you notice, we want to make sure we're shifting that weight into those shoulders, but making sure we're using those legs as we need to, looking up before we stand up. If you want to go a little bit quicker, you can try to get a couple more reps in, or you can keep nice with a slow, steady tempo, focusing on range of motion first. Nice work, everybody. Those are some pretty awesome inchworms. Good, we have just 3 seconds left, so if you wanna do one, you can, or you can rest. Beautiful. All right, we are back to that squat or that sit to stand. Same thing, you can change those arms if you want to. A lot of variety here. You could pick up a weight if you want to, and begin. So if you notice that your knees are feeling creaky, maybe feeling a little bit stiff, go slow on the way down, try to come up just a little bit faster, but don't worry about making it super deep. Trying to make those muscles work and get stronger to support those joints. Last 10 seconds, everybody. Nice work. Beautiful, and rest. Back to plank. We are almost there. Perfect. So this time, Megan and I are gonna show a variation where we're actually doing a heel lift. So let's begin. This is a way that you can actually engage your core, but also your glutes or the back of your buttocks. Nice way to kind of get that extra lift. Wanting to make sure you keep your torso stable. Keep those shoulders right above those arms or elbows. Beautiful work, everybody. Almost there. 3, 2, and rest. Beautiful. All right, we have one more round. What do we think? Can we do it?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, last time we're gonna do is that march and begin. So same thing, I'm gonna go ahead and add that straight leg, adding a little bit more torso rotation, trying to get a little bit more range of motion. You may notice that you don't have the greatest balance. And if you need to do this by a wall, a chair, a couch, you just do that. You can just kind of catch your balance and come right back in. 10 seconds. Good. And relax. All right, inchworm, last round of those inchworms. Who's happy to be done with inchworms? These are challenging, very effective but challenging. And begin. So in this last round, I really want you to focus on your range of motion. Now that your muscles are really warmed up, your joints are feeling better. See if you can go just a tiny bit farther, maybe a tiny bit faster. Really focusing on that range of motion first. We're almost done, just a few more seconds to get in one more rep. Beautiful. And relax. Yay, done with those. Last set of those squats. Almost ready, get those feet planted, chest is up really tall, and begin. So on this last set of squats, I really want you to work on that range of motion or your tempo. Pick one thing that you want to push yourself just a tiny bit farther on this last round, making it potentially your best round, even though you might be feeling a little bit tired. Nice, last 10 seconds. Good work, everybody. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. All right, one last exercise to go is that plank. So you're gonna pick your favorite option, and that's the one that you're gonna do for this last round. Keep pushing yourself 30 more seconds, and begin. Nice work. Sometimes I like to do the lower elbow bent version, especially when my arms are a little bit tired, but I definitely know that this is a bit more of intense in a core workout. So again, you can do the heel lifts, you can even stack your feet if you need to. So whatever feels good to you, that's the one that you do today. All right, we are almost there. Keep pushing and relax. Great work, everybody. How you feel? Feel like you worked some muscles? Yes? Megan? Nice job. All right, everybody, we're just gonna take just a minute together to kind of slow our heart rate down, relax some of those muscles. First thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna widen those legs. You're gonna just come down your hands in front of your body. You're gonna bring them down your body. You're gonna bring them towards the floor, letting your head hang. Dropping the chin to the chest, releasing those arms and just kind of letting them sway side to side, taking out any tension out of your back, your spine. Good, let's take those hands all the way over to that left side, holding on the outside of the left leg at the shin or knee level, looking slightly over your left shoulder. Slowly bringing your way across the front. If you're all the way to the floor, you can walk across the floor, but you don't need to. Come all the way to the right. Megan definitely has a little more flexibility. Megan, I think that might be the yoga, right? Yeah. Nice job. And then walk all the way up. Last thing we're gonna do is let's clasp those hands behind your body, open up those shoulders, lift the chin up, and relax. Grab those arms in front, press them out to the front, and relax. Great job. If you need a little bit more of a cool down, feel free to stick around for a few more minutes. Do whatever feels good to your body. Make sure you grab some water, grab a great snack, and we'll see you at the next workout.